Sometimes life really gets complicated, doesn't it? We may find ourselves penniless, burdened with pressure and responsibility, or even heartbroken. But don't think you're alone in that. Great thinkers such as Seneca, Epictetus, and Marcus Aurelius all experienced similar struggles. They faced moments of sadness, loneliness, pain, and feel devalued. Even Marcus Aurelius, one of the world's most powerful leaders, had his difficult times dealing with anxiety, frustration, and doubt. He found that our thoughts had a great influence on us. If we only focus on the negative and don't know how to deal with problems, life may become even more difficult. Today, I want to show you something that can help you. 10 historical exercises. They act as remedies for anxiety, loneliness, and doubts. Let's learn how to meet these challenges together. The first remedy is to be a better friend to yourself, not a villain. There is an ancient story about this involving Demetrius of Alexandria, a Stoic wise man who heard a man criticizing himself in the streets of Athens. Demetrius interrupted and said, "Remember, if you are not talking to an enemy, be nice to yourself." This story illustrates how we are often our own critics, trapped in a cycle of negative thoughts that knock us down rather than help us. Stoic philosophy teaches us the importance of being kind to ourselves, becoming our own friends, and connecting internally. First, when Demetrius talks about being kind to himself, he suggested offering understanding to oneself rather than getting lost in self-criticism. To devalue oneself and to diminish oneself if it does not lead to growth or virtue. On the contrary, it imprisons us in negative patterns. The way we talk to each other is crucial. It is impossible to make progress in life if we treat ourselves as useless. Kindness begins with our relationship with ourselves, acknowledging our own humanity, and this includes overcoming anxiety. There are ways to deal with anxiety, such as practicing full attention, focusing on the present, and avoiding worrying about the future. You can also try breathing techniques or relaxation exercises to calm the mind. Remember whether you deserve kindness and compassion, especially from yourself. Before we go on, I want to share something special with you so that this video can reach you. Another person took care to subscribe to our channel, give his like, and leave a comment. In doing so, you help us spread this mental clarity to many others. So come on, do your part is also free. Leave it written. I will overcome anxiety. The second remedy is to take time to take care of your mental health. Scenery teaches us something valuable. It is essential to nourish our minds, whether through outdoor walks or deep breaths. If we don't do this, we run the risk of feeling worn out or overstressed. So tell me, what activities do you do every day to take care of your mental health? These activities are not just physical exercises for the body. They are opportunities to move the body and at the same time calm the mind. It's like taking a break to calm your mind. Seneca says we must master our minds, even if it is challenging to try something new. In terms of exercise, it helps to calm the mind. When we exercise, our bodies release hormones that make us feel happier and more relaxed, such as serotonin and endorphins. They help to reduce feelings of anxiety and depression, leaving us well and willing to repeat the experience. That is to say, the will to exercise comes from the exercise itself. So, let's get started. If you find it difficult to go to the gym or go out for a walk, don't worry, it shouldn't be an obstacle. To start with, there's a world of free online classes on YouTube waiting for you. From meditation and yoga to home bodybuilding exercises that can help you take that first step. Don't let it go or make excuses like I've done a lot of things, or I'll see what class I'm interested in tomorrow. Procrastinating only takes us away from the mental peace we so much seek. As Seneca said, abandon all obstacles and devote your time to getting a sound mind, because no one can reach it if they are busy. The third remedy is to welcome what comes to you. If we oppose reality, believing that everything is conspiring against us, if we fight against what it is, we will only suffer in the end. So, we should not wish things to be different from what they are, but accept them as they are. If that is the will of nature, then so be it. This is the motto that guided the Stoics. Today we have a similar saying, "May your will be done." It doesn't matter if we call it God, nature, fate, or whatever you want. We just have to admit that there is something bigger than us, and we don't control everything that happens around us. Stop thinking you're the center of the universe. You're not, for example, a question that everyone is asked. Why are some people born so privileged, while others have nothing to eat and wear? This is not under our control, even if you or I were born without much material and financial privilege. It's something we can't control, but we can control how we act in life. We can learn, evolve, overcome scarcity, and realize our dreams. The true acceptance of the Stoics. Is it voluntary acceptance of what happens in life, but out of place? He used the metaphor of a dog tied to a cart to explain this level of acceptance. Imagine we're dogs tied to a cart. We are dogs, and the cart is the thing in life that we cannot change. The dog has a certain degree of freedom because of the length of the rope, but when the cart moves, he has two choices: fight against it and hurt himself, or go along and be fine. If we think we can stop the carriage or it will never stop, we will suffer a lot. But if we accept the way things are, we can adapt to the ups and downs of life and suffer less. Scenery tells us, fate takes those who accept and drags those who resist. To resist is to be dragged down by life, and that is to suffer. Accepting reality and focusing on what is within reach is the wisest choice. The fourth remedy is to embrace gratitude and stop pursuing more and more. It's like we're constantly chasing happiness, like a pot of gold at the end of a rainbow. Imagine that you have always dreamed of success, fame, and recognition for your work, and when you finally achieve these goals, how will you feel? Was it as satisfying as I imagined, or was it a little disappointed? The truth is, even when we reach our goals, we tend to dwarf to complete satisfaction. If we do not take care of this feeling of dissatisfaction, we may begin to feel jealous, act stingily and selfishly, and even worse, create a void within us. You have probably felt this way, or you know someone who, even having everything, it seems that they do not recognize the true value of life. Want more and never feel satisfied is different from fighting to improve life. Having goals and working to achieve them drives us forward. On the other hand, chronic dissatisfaction leads us to live under constant pressure to be more, to achieve more, as if nothing is ever enough. Our true value lies within us. Not out to seek to fill this void with external things only makes us run in circles of dissatisfaction, never satisfying ourselves. The teachings of Stoicism show us that it is better to live simply, looking inside ourselves in search of our true value. In this way, we control our desires and avoid falling into the trap of thinking that we always need more to be happy. The fifth medicine. It's about keeping your focus on your own path. Seneca talks about an idea called euthymia, which basically means following your own path in life, keeping your focus away from past distractions or comparisons with others. We can achieve this state of mind with self-discipline and self-confidence, and on the path we choose, it is impossible to achieve this peace of mind. If not, we trust that we are doing our part in this life. We are more connected than ever before. What can lead us to an obsession with comparing our lives with those of others? When we don't spend all our time reading random comments or following the gossip of artists and celebrities, we can better focus on our own development, value our own progress, and not compare ourselves with others. It's an important lesson Seneca teaches us. Everyone has their own unique journey, and we lose focus when we start comparing ourselves. The sixth remedy is to remember the impermanence of all things. Marcus Aurelius constantly reminds us that everything is transient, both joys and sorrows, the acceptance of impermanence. It can relieve our suffering by reducing attachment and disgust. Imagine you're holding a handful of sand. The more you try to hold it firmly, the faster it escapes through your fingers. If you relax and accept the transient nature of sand, it will stay longer. Similarly, in life, the more we accept that everything is fleeting, the more we can enjoy the present without unnecessary anxiety or sadness. Daily meditation on impermanence can help internalize this truth. Take a few minutes a day to reflect on the transient nature of life. Think about situations that have caused pain or joy in the past and realize how they all passed. This practice is not to belittle their experience, but to help create a healthy state of detachment. By accepting impermanence, we become more resilient and less likely to fall into deep states of sadness or anxiety. The seventh remedy is to adopt the practice of journaling or reflective writing, inspired by the meditations of Marco Aurelius. Reflective writing is a powerful tool to process emotions and clarify thoughts. When you write down your worries, frustrations, and anxieties, you take them out of your mind and put them on paper, which often reduces your intensity. Marcus Aurelius used his writings to organize his reflections and find clarity and wisdom in times of turmoil. The daily practice of journalism can serve as a foundation for your mental well-being. To start, take a few minutes each morning or night to write about your feelings, challenges, and what you are grateful for. Don't worry about form or grammar. The important thing is to express. If you ask honestly, what is causing me anxiety today, or how can I look at this situation from a different perspective? By outsourcing your thoughts, you can find patterns that were previously invisible, and this can provide valuable sights to overcome anxiety and sadness. The eighth medicine is the practice of virtue and service to others. Seneca and other Stoics believed that true happiness comes from living a virtuous and service life. Helping others doesn't just improve their lives, but it also gives us a deep sense of purpose and connection. When we are anxious or sad, we often close ourselves to ourselves. However, by focusing on how we can be useful to others, we divert our attention from our own concerns and find joy in acts of kindness. Look for opportunities to practice generosity and compassion in your daily life. It can be as simple as listening to someone who needs to vent, offer their time for a volunteer, or even small acts of kindness, like smiling at a stranger. By doing so, you not only make the world around you better, but also feel more connected and less isolated. As Seneca said, wherever there is a human being, there is an opportunity for an act of kindness. The ninth remedy is the exercise of control over what is within our reach. Epicteto taught us that we should focus only on what we can control and accept calmly what we cannot. Often, our anxiety comes from trying to control the uncontrollable or from worrying about the uncertain future. When we deeply understand the difference between what is and what is not under our control, we can direct our energy more productively and effectively. Make a list of the things that are currently worrying you. Divide this list into two categories: what you can control and what you can't control. Focus on practical actions you can take in relation to what is within your control, and practice acceptance in relation to what is not. For example, you can control your actions and reactions, but you can't control the behavior of others or external events. This exercise does not eliminate problems, but changes the way you deal with them, bringing more calm and clarity. The 10th and last remedy is to cultivate resilience through perspective. When we are faced with difficulties, it is easy to lose the concept of the overall situation and feel that our problems are insurmountable. Seneca advises the practice of remembering the difficult moments of the past that we have overcome, to remind us of our resilience. By recalling how we have faced and overcome challenges, we have gained strength and confidence to deal with current problems. Whenever you feel overwhelmed, take a moment to reflect on a meaningful challenge you have overcome. Think about the lessons you have learned, the skills you have developed, and how that experience has shaped you. This practice is not only nostalgic, but also rekindles their ability to face and overcome adversity. Remember that storms don't last forever, and you've proven to be stronger than you think. This prospect can help you navigate through the current difficulties with more courage and hope. It's easy to feel stressed when we see someone getting rich before the age of 30, a digital influencer who seems to have a perfect life, or a friend who invests in the financial market while we feel lost. But it is important to remember the words of Marco Aurelius in Meditations: "Do not waste what you have left of your life on assumptions about others. Unless it is a common good, these assumptions are a waste of time and take us away from what really matters, our own progress." And then, which medicine did you like best? Leave your comment below. If you believe this content was useful and want to see more videos like this, subscribe to the channel, short, and share with your friends. You can also activate the bell to receive notifications of new videos. This is a way to continue to support our work and help spread the philosophy of history to more people. If you want more inspiring tips and stories, check out our playlist of videos on philosophy and personal development. Until next, and remember, if you have the power to change your life, starting with your own attitudes and thoughts,